Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder aboard a very fun tank, the AC-1. I have 3 gameplays for you, and the third one has the title, Where is my Nuke? That should already give you a hint at how spectacular this tank in certain situations is. And the first gameplay is already demonstrating this quite nicely. So what we have here is an Australian quote-unquote medium tank in the British tech tree as a premium of rank 2 with a battle rating of 2.7, and you can currently obtain it via the ongoing Operation Winter event marathon with a lot of grinding for 5 stars, and it's more a stepstone towards the actual desirable reward. But you know, that doesn't mean that this tank can be bad, or it can actually be fun. As a grinder, it's obviously not that effective because its effectiveness gets reduced by a big penalty after researching any sort of rank 4 tank. But this should be already known. So first things first, before we further talk about the tank and its capabilities, armor, mobility and firepower further, I want to give out a little bit of a warning. There can be certain scenes where there is a little bit of desynchronization between sound and footage. I tried to manually compensate for this. In peak time, it was up to 7 seconds between the sound playing and then the shot being visually taken. Talking about visually taken shots, that was a ghost shell. Thank you, Gaijin. That was not the recording's fault. Oh, hello, BT7. So, the tank. It plays a bit more like a KV-1, a bit more like a heavy tank. It has very bouncy, well sloped frontal armor, and even the side is roughly 50 to 60 millimeters thick. There are no actual values for the sheer armor plate thickness given, but watch that shot. Oh, what a first strike. So when this tank gets a down tier, it is absolutely filthy, butchering all the BT7s, bouncing their shots. They just have no chance. And that is just awesome. So this gameplay is a little bit of an extreme display. Fun nevertheless. So the armor can reach effective thicknesses of up to over 100 millimeters. There are certain extreme angles where it's over 250 millimeters even. Especially prominent is the central hull machine gun port and its armor, which has a very distinct shape, which is the star of a lot of people's thumbnails when they make videos about this tank. Apparently all the 12 years make the click these days on YouTube, so good business model, I guess. Funny nevertheless. So I want to just focus now here still on the armor. You can angle this tank very effectively, and even tanks such as the Marder can bounce the shots. There are flat plates like the driver's port, but they are really tiny, and there is also the turret, which is on the outer side relatively flat with somewhere between 50 and 60 millimeters of thickness, and then there is the gun mantlet, which is sloped and has an overlay with the turret front. So a lot of good stuff, very bouncy, and if you angle the tank and rock a bit forwards and backwards, you really stack up the bounces. It's incredible, and it's so refreshing, right? Now let's talk about the mobility. We have a horsepower to ton ratio of just under 12. A 330 horsepower strong engine propels this 28-ton tank to a top speed of up to 39 kilometers per hour with a reverse speed of 5 kilometers per hour, but it has no neutral steering. It feels rather sluggish and heavy, which is no big surprise, and there is a lot of track friction because the tracks are rather narrow. And on top of this, there is a little bit of a bug apparently going on. When you spawn, for example, and there is a slight inclination, which shouldn't be a real problem, the driver goes absolutely mad and shifts up and down and up and down so often that you are hard limited to 8 kilometers per hour when this bug is there, and that's really painful even though you have the horsepower to ton ratio in the circumstances to go faster. But this bug just absolutely drives me crazy when it happens. Aside from this, the mobility is actually alright. And yeah, you're not a speed demon, but you know, therefore you have all the armor. Let's talk about your gun. It is a 40mm 2-pounder quick firing gun, and you have 4 different shell types. The Shot Mark 1 AP/T is not really worth talking about. The Shell Mark 2, the high explosive with 4mm of penetration, might be a little bit of a lull moment when you use it versus aircraft with a mass velocity of just under 700 meters per second. But there are actually 2 viable shells, as you can see in my shell selection. There is the Shot Mark 9B AP/CBC-T, which is a solid shot, just under 800 meters per second mass velocity with a penetration at point blank range of 89 millimeters, and at 500 meters still 77 millimeters. But it doesn't really perform all that well versus sloped armor, thick armor, spaced armor, you name it. And the post-penetration damage effect is not all that great. Well, it's a solid shot. But if you know where to shoot and where you just put the disabling shots together with the very high rate of fire of 2.8 seconds for a fully trained ace crew, then yeah, it's alright. However, you have a little bit of a more post-penetration damaging effect capable shell, and that is the Shell Mark 1 AP/T, which is an APHE shell with a lyddite bursting charge of 19 grams, and that's 21 grams of TNT equivalent. 66 millimeters at point blank range is the penetration, which falls off to 49 millimeters at 500 meters. The accuracy of the gun is also not that great, so there is a noticeable dispersion even if you have the expert qualification with a fully trained crew, as you can sometimes see in this footage. And when you have that kind of limited penetration power, you have sometimes problems to really disable the enemy before they can shoot you. That then very often leads to a lot of bounces on both sides when you come across something like a KV-1 or even a Panzer III L, M, or even J1. And while it is fun and hilarious, it's not really that effective. So sometimes you just have to take the disabling shot, like tracking the enemy, taking out their gun barrel, driving up to them onto the side, and then just nuking them with the APHE round. And sometimes one round of this APHE is not enough because of the relatively low spalling effect, even for an APHE. And here we are already in the set gameplay, and you could see so far it was not that eventful, but there was something going on. So we capped the central cap, and here we go to some new adventures. And now this happens. Watch that, because I couldn't believe that I made this shot. First one, really disabling, okay, but he's still going on, and then how the hell did I pen that? Yeah, Panzer IV is so paper that even the side armor at that angle got penned by a 40mm at that range. Oof. Anyway, so this leads this tank to be in a remarkable spot where you have this quick rate of fire, but you lack the penetration, but therefore you have tremendous amounts of armor and you have certain limitations with the mobility. I don't see that this is a medium tank, honestly. This is how to play a heavy tank. Now, certain mistakes you shouldn't make, but you get away with others that you wouldn't go away with other tanks, if you know what I'm talking about. But I think that at the moment one of the effects of this tank being so bouncy is because a lot of people don't know this tank yet. It's not really available yet, and well, a lot of people have no chance to examine its armor layout. So therefore a lot of people did not know where to shoot me, which was to my benefit. So now let's look at the gameplay. I just have brute forced my way around the flank behind B and then kind of cleaned up in the direction of their spawn. We have currently B and C. A is uncontested, and I see A new contestant for another kill. Another day, another machine gun kill, another customer. Satisfied. So I love when you can kill stuff with this little 7.7 machine gun. Thanks to the Flak Panzer 1s in this gameplay. And I'm just here and waiting. This is practically one of 3 entrance points for the enemy team, and I have locked down basically 1. There's still some action going on around C, and then I made a stupid mistake, went forward, and I did not see where the tank was. Now knowing what it was, I just saw a glimpse of it, and there it is, and I missed him. I'm down to 3 crew members, and all of them are injured, reducing the performance further. And that Puma, damn it. Okay, that's a bit of a standoff. And then a whole row, I guess that is. Yeah. And I just missed killing him. Damn it. But then the Puma is really asking for it. I trick him with a machine gun shot and I kill him. Nice. Those are 8 kills. Now, I actually want to go back into B and recover a crew member. So a few machine guns round fired, and sadly the whole row doesn't come out to play again. But I don't want to get shot in the back, so this is where I have to use the rock as cover and kind of try to turn around. And also there's some action going on the minimap, so maybe I can help my team there, because it seems like there's a Stu 42G, and as seen in the first gameplay, they have some tough frontal armor if they can face it towards our team. So there is quite a bit of action going on. And yeah, you can see that this tank is really slow and sluggish. Can we climb this inclination? Apparently yes. So we already have 8 kills. And there he got killed. Damn it. Is there something else? No, doesn't seem like it. A lot of burning tank wrecks. That is good, that is good. And a team kill with an arty. Ugh, not nice. And yeah, now C gets captured by the enemy. A gets also contested. I pinged it on the map. And now I want to go back. Yeah, and that was the row go. It was a row go, sorry. That's the kill assist. And I'm back again, and oh, hello. What are you? Oh, that looks like a Sturmpanzer. And he only tracked me. That is incredible. If I'm not mistaken, its HE shell has 61 millimeters of penetration, so lucky me. He tries to obviously reload and still find a shot on me. Ping it on the map. And watch this. That was an Amorak snipe. A beautiful one. Yep. So that was kill number 9. The armor of this tank is really incredible. It really feels like a Downtier in a KV-1. Fantastic. So I don't want to lose this match. And the rest of my team is probably closer to A. So I try to go for C to help out my team. And hopefully surprise whoever is defending C from the rear. Yeah, that's fantastic driving, Napalm. But funnily enough, this lets me bounce a shell, and I have no idea where it was coming from. So I hope that I angled just the right way, wiggle a little bit. Oh, it came from this direction, but where is he? Do you see him? For me it looks like part of the hill. There he is. No? There it is. And yeah, vertical cannon drive knocked out. And a good shot to kill the loader. Another one. Barely missed the gunner, but we now have him disabled. And his gun looking the other way. Gun breach knocked out. Beautiful. So I don't know which part exactly I'm shooting. I try to hit the gunner when he comes back on his station. Okay, let's correct one more time. There we go. And that is kill number 10. My team have also cleared A, and C is at least decapped. And I think that's all she wrote. That is a double ace, and we're about to win. Let's hope that we don't get blapped by an aircraft. Come on, just a few more seconds. Because this would be an epic survivor and heavy metal hero. Yes. Let's have a quick look at the post-battle results, and then let's have a little bit of a verdict on this tank. So, because this is a test drive, I don't get all the civil lines. It would be more in the region of 80,000 civil lines probably. Yeah, so just under 50,000 and 5,600 research. Well, this is a fun tank. Not so much in an up tier, and you probably always should be with one or two teammates. Then you are an irresistible force on the battlefield. Quick reload, bouncy armor, but not so good mobility and penetration. That is the AC1, which you currently can obtain via the event marathon in the Operation Winter. And that's it for me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like with it, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the waves in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.